Everybody be saying I'm old-fashioned and ancient and stuff like that. How can I be old-fashioned and ancient? Well, I don't really care what you say. I think that sounds pretty good, actually. But going with what you saying that because I'm not out here sharing my DNA with everybody. You saying that because I'm not out here sleeping with everybody. Okay, I'm finna prove to y'all we in cycles then. Okay? That's part of sowing your royal oats, y'all. You get out of high school, you sow your royal oats if that's what you wanna do. Whatever experiment you wanna do, that's what you do. I'm saying experiment without saying the details, because I don't wanna perverse the world more than it already is. You should be able to read between the cracks in the carpet. You sow your royal oats. Olivia, make sure you get this, honey. So you put this out when I put it out. You go to y'all Japanese phone, water phone, and make sure you put it out like it gotta be put out. And make sure you learn something as well. So, you sow your royal oats. That's what I mean. You get out of high school, you sow your royal oats. So why are you sowing your royal oats? You are hanging with a group of people, whether it's gang members, friends, whoever it may be, and y'all doing the most together. You don't want to tell the stories. I don't want to tell the story. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Read between the cracks of the carpet. So you sowing your royal oats, but the problem is when you start sowing your royal oats, some of these habits that we start to take up tend to last for years. 10 years, 15 years, 25 years, 30 years. This is where it come into play where people are not even, people don't get married to 50 years old, y'all. It's all about numbers. And I don't care who you are. You can be a Christian, don't drink, I don't drink, do drugs, smoking, nothing. You got that whole, I'm gonna tell you, I keep saying this, I've been saying this. Everybody that I ever met in my life that don't got an external problem, they got something deeply in the internal problem. It's always a problem, it's always a vice. Now, do you have to expose your vice? No. Are you whole? Does that mean that you, just because you don't do nothing on the external, you got a problem in the internal? No. But I'm saying everybody I done met had a problem, but it was secret, and you had to get close to them to know the problem. Everybody that I done met got a thorn in their flesh. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Make sure you copycat women out there get this. Now, make sure you learn something first before you put it out. Thanks to the men out there who ain't copying no more. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. You mean we growing up and evolving at least a little bit. Some of y'all are, I'm sure. But I can also tell a lot of y'all done quit that. Because I know me. I know men. We like to create our own in the studio. Even the men who like to copy people's verses didn't want to copy people's verses. They'd rather not learn how to do it on their own. That's how creativity's supposed to really flow. You learn from somebody else. You evolve. When you deal with somebody else greater than you learn from them. You don't decapitate them and take what they got. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So you with these groups. And in these groups, y'all do the most. In these groups, y'all do the most. So you sowing your royal oats pretty much after high school. This can take forever, y'all. That's what I'm telling you. At this point, it's about numbers. Now let me show you the cycle in it. You're gonna stay in that cycle. Rather, I'm using an example now. This ain't necessarily gotta be what it is. You're gonna stay in that cycle when it comes down. You're gonna stay in that cycle when it comes down to sex. The cycle that I know that lasts the longest is sex and drugs. People can be on drugs for 37, 40 years. And people can be stuck on having different sex partners for 30 to 40 years. Okay? Let me show y'all the cycle in it. Now, let's say one of them, or you can have multiple, but let's just say one of them is part of your sowing your royal oats. Well, then the group that you hanging with is doing the same thing as well. Okay? So not only is you gonna have to start counting up the time it's gonna take you to get off them drugs and heal your own personal life, but you gonna have to abstract yourself out of that group. Y'all gonna get us to that girl. Don't give me no more the messages. Don't taint up the messages no more, y'all. Y'all doing the most. Y'all gonna go to hell for this, because when you swapping that stuff up like that, you swapping it. You gotta swap it with somebody. I don't care. I'm finna get off social media anyway. So y'all take what you can, because I'm finna stop all this, because it ain't making no sense at this point. Courses. There's a course here, course there. It's always a different course. This is hell to me. It's purgatory / hell. And I'm finna quit and go to sleep and watch movies until y'all get y'all shit. Wake me up when y'all wake up. But anyway, so let's look at this cycle. Let's look at this cycle. Yeah, I know it's you, Shaw. Let's look at this cycle. So we look at this cycle. We going in. Okay? Now this cycle, you got your friends, you got your family. You got your friends, probably some family members. Y'all are all in this cycle together, having a good old time. Family get together and everything. But you got issues at this moment. You're sowing your royal oats. So the problem is this. You doing all that, you getting together, but you're miserable. How you know you're miserable? Because you probably gossiping, talking about each other behind each other's back, and you always complain about how you trying to quit something. That's gonna always be there. That's your conscience. Okay? That's your discerning spirit. Reminding you that whatever you are doing is temporary. It's not of God. Y'all keep saying I'm ancient. That's what this whole message is about. Y'all keep saying I'm ancient though, right? This is what this message is about. Okay? Now look. So you see the cycle in it? Okay, you probably got a home, but you can't seem to get a good home because you got problems in your home. The problems in your home is the multiple partners. Even though y'all agreed on it, even though y'all might be swingers, somehow it's still intervening with y'all relationship because it's not of God. So basically at this point, you trying to evolve. A part of you trying to evolve, but another part of you is trying to stay the same. This is what I mean by you trying to have your ice cream and cake too. You trying to have them both, but you can't. You got to make a decision. This is what I mean by you young and still sowing your royal oats. And this is what it means by you'll change this when you get 50 years old. What that mean? When you get 50 years old, you are not going to even feel like picking up the phone and talking to your friend. More or less going from house to house and sleeping with somebody and doing all God know what. Your body going to be hurt. Because age do make a difference. Because you still supposed to evolve with age. You ain't got to say you get older, but you just looking at it wrong. These days you say you getting older, you looking old. But really it means you getting older, as in wiser, more mature. You elevating. So you are not supposed to be running around in circles no more. So now what's the most typical conversation in these situations when you are sowing your royal oats? What I'm going to do when I grow up, fulfilling my dream. What's my dream? This is what I want to do. This is the kind of family I want, right? Well, that's also part of elevation. The problem is the reason why you can't get to that next level of elevation is because you still sowing your royal oats. You see the trick in it? I know, y'all, I done been through this. I don't know why my ex-wife did what she did. She was living the dream. But the problem was there were people jealous of her. She didn't know it. It was people around her that she thought liked her, even her own family, but they did not like her. They were jealous of her. They want to be in her shoes. Now she knows it. That's why I never give her hell, because she was young-minded and she just didn't get it. And I was trying to explain this to her, but she was too busy arguing with me, fighting against me about it, thinking I was hating. No, I was just more mature than her. I was older than her. I lived faster than her because of the way I grew up. And I was trying to tell her that I seen the outcome of these situations. You can't do this right here. These people that stole my identity, y'all women out there that's living, y'all make it, you just know when you eat something I don't eat. You know when you got a car to drive, cause you living in my identity. You know when you got something, I ain't got nothing. And not only did you sacrifice my energy, you sacrificed energy. You didn't sacrifice me, you sacrificed energy. So those who I was feeding, those who I could have been feeding, I was the kind of person who created jobs. You just wasting the money. You sacrificed a lot of people. Let's say it's 20 people on social media that's living in poverty. Well, those 20 people on social media probably wouldn't be living in poverty if you didn't steal my energy. You don't know who these 20 people is. I know who these 20 people is. Your 20 people would be your friend, family, and whatever. My 20 people would be a complete neighbor. You gotta have a discerning spirit to see that. Otherwise, you're gonna help somebody that's gonna make you enable. Not enable, but you know. Anyway. So, this is what I'm telling you. Let's get back to the root. Remember, y'all ladies out there that's stealing my stuff. Make sure it teach you before you teach the world. Make sure you learn something from it before you hurry up and jump to the world and steal somebody's money, and steal somebody's food, and steal somebody's opportunity, and sacrifice somebody, and acting like it's you. You done went as far as changing the message. You didn't change these messages to get on my nerves. You changed these messages to trick you. And that's sad. That's the only thing that pissed me off when y'all switched my network on my computer. You got my phone, you just need the work I put on my phone. You had no damn right switching up my network on my computer unless you wanted to trick your own mind to actually think you that, trick yourself that you are me. But you can't trick God or the spiritual side, honey. That's why they tearing you apart. They said, I ain't at the finish, what I'm at the, let me finish this. Then I'm gonna tear you apart. So, like I said, you get right here. You get right here, right? You sowing your royal oats. So now we understand, now we are in the situation world where we trying to figure out what we want in life, obviously. Because you got your friends. You got your friends you get high with. You got your friends you do wrong with. You got your friends you gossip with. But you also got the friends that you hate chilling with now. So this is signs of evolving. This is signs of growth. But are you gonna allow yourself to grow? All right, now you want a dream, now you want a family, but you still can't seem to get this family. You still can't seem to get this dream. Why? You done tried and tried and tried. You done tried and tried and tried, but you can't seem to do it. Why? Because you still sowing your royal oats. But you saying, oh, I done quit all that stuff. I done quit all the external, but you still got them same folks. You telling yourself you want to grow, you want to have a dream, you want to evolve in a dream. But you can't evolve in a dream because with all these folks. Because it's not their dream, even though all y'all talked about it, that's programming. They just agree with you on your dream. What you didn't know is that they didn't have a dream. And if they had a dream, they probably wouldn't be with you talking about your dream. They probably will be fulfilling their own dream. In order for you to fulfill your dream, it's your dream. You're going to have to detach from the team. And this is the way you detach friendly. This is the way you detach wholeheartedly on good terms. Honey, I'm finna get married now. I'm not gonna be able to hang with y'all like that no more. Cause God finna give you a whole different group. God finna give you a whole different team. I see y'all, I hear y'all preach this all the time on social media, but y'all ain't doing it. Y'all still with these same groups. This is cause y'all done been sacrificing. I ain't gonna say social media, but there's so many people done sacrificed. Cause a lot of people know about these boxes, and a lot of people done seen people get sacrificed in these boxes, and a lot of people done learned from the people that they done sacrificed in these boxes. You killed them, but you was unable to grasp the understanding to the point to where it actually evolves yourself. I mean, it elevates yourself. You can preach it and teach it all day and have everybody clap for you, but you can't put it in motion for yourself because you got to have this group with you. And you're doing all this destructive stuff, man. All God been trying to tell you is that you got to abstract, you got to detach from this group and be your own woman, be your own man. You done sold your role. You got out of high school, you been with these people for this long. You done slept with each other, slept around, did all this. Kept the secret, talked about the secret together, and opened up together about it. Okay. But here's the problem. What you don't see is there's a wall right here. It's four walls right here. The spiritual walls, you can't see them. They're not gonna let you get through this. You got your dream in order. You know what you want to do. You got your blueprint. You done went to school. You done did all that, but it still ain't working because you still got these same dudes. You still got these same crew. Y'all preach this all the time. You can't take them with you. Well, that means the same thing even if all y'all are North Node people. They can't get the dream that you are actually talking about that you want. You literally, probably, 9 times out of 10, gonna have to start a family of your own to replace this group. And so far from what I've seen, a lot of the generation, my generation, which is in the 30s, late 20s, 30s, and 40s, are still acting like teenagers. They're trying to marry the group. They want to marry the family, they want the family to marry the group. You can't, it's time for you to grow up and evolve. It's literally time for you to detach from the group in a whole, in a good, humble way. You know, in a good, friendly way. And walk on your own. See, you're going to have to, once you detach from this group, there's a line right here you're going to have to walk. There's a line right here you're going to have to walk. And in order for you to walk this line, you got to heal. This is a healing line because you just got out of sowing your royal oats. That's going to take healing because ain't no telling what you've been doing with them friends. And it ain't about your friends, but it's about what y'all was all doing together and into together. So on this line right here, you probably going to have to be celibate yourself for a while. I ain't saying as long as I have. I'm not saying that. But you probably gonna have to be celibate at least for a year to yourself. Because you're gonna have to detox. You're gonna have to filter. You're gonna have to cleanse. Cleanse all that toxicity out of your mind. Well along as your body, your mind. I don't know why I said well alone, y'all. Your mind. That's the hardest part. Detoxing the body is easier than detoxing and cleansing the mind. See, because when you detox, make sure you tell this young lady, you're going to take this, right? You're going to take it for yourself, right? But remember, this kind of teaching that I'm teaching, for you to steal the teaching and reteach it, then you're not learning from the teaching. So all you doing is killing the teacher just so you can say that you the one that's doing the teaching. So you're not learning nothing from the teaching. Losers. And some of y'all own float. Some of y'all own great people. Some of y'all own goddesses. And you are never gonna be able to tap into your higher self as long as you trying to walk in somebody else's. Y'all do this. When you do this, you sacrifice your lover that God gave you. You sacrifice your husband and your wife God gave you. God will have to give you, anyway, when you walk this line and detox your mind. Let's say you go 6 months of detoxing your flesh if you didn't do too much, if you didn't hurt yourself too bad. 6 months right here. And that's going to be the detoxing all the toxins out of your body. Then the next 6 months will probably move on up to a year because now you're going to work on your mind. This is all the lustful desires in your mind. This is all the hurt and pain in your mind. This is all the stuff that was keeping you in your mind and keeping you in them dark places. This is what you're going to be detoxing out of your mind. And you're going to get comfortable detoxing that kind of information out of your mind to the point where you're going to say, I don't mind doing it another 6 months. Okay? Now we getting it. You see the process? That's a healthy process. If you actually give your body time to heal the right way. If you give your mind time to heal the right way. Sometimes you can't use your conduit powers. Because like my brother said, let the dead bury the dead. Like me, I only really started tapping into my energy and my power because I got somebody sacrifice their soul to keep me stuck for being a good man. What sense do that make? When you sacrifice somebody that's a good person just so you can go be a bad person, as if energy gonna let you being a bad person be with this good person. Okay, we don't understand energy. It wasn't gonna work anyway, honey. Now, what I was gonna tell you, this is what I'm telling you. So when you get right here through this, it was a waste of damn soul selling. Now, when you get right here, on this line right here, you finally at the shade of it. You finally done found peace in your heart because you left your friends way back here. All this right here you've been using to clear your mind and your body on your own. You've been standing on your own feet. You've been going through your own trials and tribulation. Right here is when you drop your group the good, healthy way. You can still call them. You can still say, hey, how you doing, honey? But as soon as they start hitting you with that bag, you can say, well, I got to go. I hope everything work out for you. Because that's their problem now. That's no longer your problem. You know that for a fact. Because why? You dropped them off right here. God taught me this. I had to walk this, y'all. Y'all took this from me. Well, no, you didn't. Me and God planned for y'all to take this from me so I could teach the whole world how to be better. Because y'all forgot how to evolve and grow. I'm finna show y'all the punchline in this. Just give me time. Right here, you drop these groups. So right here on, you cleanse your own body and your own mind. By yourself. You didn't go to no sex partner. You didn't go drink some wine and go sleep with Xavier, Paul, Willow. You didn't go to none of them places. Jaden, none of them. You didn't go to Madio, none of them. David, none of them. Lucas, you healed yourself. Even though you needed somebody help, you went to God. This is when you go straight to God. This is your opportunity in your life to build a relationship with God personally. You really took a whole year of your time and gave it to God. You didn't give it to nobody else. You didn't go to your friend's house to talk about it. You didn't go to your lustful lover house to talk about it. You gave it to God for at least a whole year. And believe me, in 12 months, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. I was a nympho. I took 12 months to myself and didn't have no sex with nobody. And it changed my life dramatically. And I did that in my early 20s. Probably at 20 years old. So, this whole year, you gave it to God. And guess what? Now, you finally feeling alone the right way. God telling you, and you and God both talking about you being alone the right way. And you and God talking about how you tired of being alone the right way. So God is finna bless you now. Because really God was telling you he didn't want you to be alone. Now he gonna put you together the right way. Because you just sold your royal oats. You ain't missing all that back there behind you. You done playing. You ready to fulfill your dream. You been talking to God about your dream. And God know you need somebody. You don't need to be alone as you trying to fulfill your dream. So God gave you a man. He gave you a woman. Not no girl, not no boy, not no lustful desires. He gave you love the right way. So now, you ain't got to worry about all them people. You can tell your stories to your lovers, but you ain't worried about none of them. It's over now. Now, your lover and you can talk about your dream the right way. And all of a sudden, your dream is blossoming the right way. Your family, you getting a family the right way. And not only is you getting a family and your dream is coming the right way, as you fulfilling your dream, you having issues in fulfilling your dream the right way with your husband. You ain't going back. You in a situation in your dream to where you need something. Your husband know you need it. He can't give it to you, or your wife can't give it to you at the moment. But y'all both know you need it. But guess what? The most important part about this trial and tribulation right here, you know, one of them groups of people got it. But guess what you're not gonna do? You're not gonna call them because you need it. That's what God wanna see. Then you get back to focus on your family. And God gonna give it to you. He gonna give you what you need to fulfill your dream just because you just passed that test. It was an opportunity with Satan. That's what Satan come around. This is how Satan come around. This is when Satan come around and test you. Satan gave you the opportunity to go back to the past the right way. But you chose not to do it. You chose to depend solely because why? Because of this moment in time that you spent by yourself cleansing and detoxing your mind the right way. You know if you could get all the way here by yourself, then you know with your beautiful family or with your lover that God gave you the right way, that you can get this money the right way or get this issue resolved the right way. Get what I'm saying, y'all? So guess what? Now, you and your husband find a solution in the problem. It don't really rectify the problem, but what it does is it gives y'all an opportunity to rectify the problem, to fix the problem, to alleviate the problem, and continue to fulfilling the dream. Not only fulfill the dream, but go ahead and start building on the dream. That right there is gonna be time, trials and tribulation in a good, healthy way. That's gonna build up the relationship between you and your lover, and if you have a family, you and your family. Your family, not the family you came in the world with, but the family you leaving out the world with. Your family. In this situation, you are able to teach your kids, if you got kids, how to build a business. And if you ain't got kids, you got a lover, you and your lover are able to learn together how to build a business with just each other, with just one another, not with the family, your previous family, not with your friends. You ain't got to call nobody. It's just you, God, and your family. Now, all of a sudden, your business is built. Look at my buddy. He gonna walk with me, y'all. He walk beside me. Now, all of a sudden, your business is built or building, and y'all are enjoying the trials and tribulations. Look, get out of the way. Y'all are enjoying the trials and tribulations the right way. Not only y'all enjoying the fruit of your labor, but you're making love through the fruit of your labor. It's making your sexual environment more entertaining to you. The right way. You get what I'm saying? So now you done walked around this tree. We done walked around this tree. You done got all the way around this tree. You done created a business. You done growed and evolved with your family in creating this business. And it elevated you and your husband or you and your wife spectacularly. In such a way that you are able to come back around, people seeing your friends seeing you evolve. And now you're looking back at your friend and realizing that some of them that decided to stay in them cycles are decomposing the right way. Because that's just temporary. That's just sowing your royal oats. You can't live that way. Why you think so many of us miss our grandparents today? Because they lived the right way. Y'all hear me arguing. When you hear me arguing in my house, I'm either arguing with my ancestors or talking to my grandma or my grandpa. Because them the only family I ever had. And my brother that was murdered. Y'all know it's just 3 people. I talk about them to the day I die. Nobody will never replace them. You see what I'm saying? I ain't never had nobody. The family that I'm with now couldn't wait till my grandparents died so they could torture me to death every day. I don't know how they could be that old and live that way. I would want to relax. They live like they're 14 years old. That's because they started decomposing a long time ago. You don't want to live that way. That way is stressful. Every day is drama. Every day is trauma. Every day is something. You don't want to live like that. You'll have to hide it. I know, because when these people finally go into the homes of their own house, they hide in a room. They can't come out. Because they done sat outside and done been out all day long gossiping the wrong way. Talking, tearing people's homes up the wrong way, just destroying things the wrong way, living the wrong way. See, that's what happens when you don't leave the past in the past. You can never get straight. Now, here's the punchline. This is what we never realized. Don't never look back at your past and think you missing something after you done accomplished all that. Because when you get back over here, let's say you got to ride by them because you're going to visit somebody, your family or something, and they all are there. They're going to be looking at you and they're going to be asking you the same thing. Just recognize and remember that they programmed and they haven't changed since yesterday. They still got the same, they still doing the same thing. So it's no need, you can listen, you can hit that. This is when you hit that famous button I always tell you, yeah. And cause you better understand that they on replay. And most of them gonna tell you, you remember this day? You remember what we did this day? Now you know they stuck on still pause. Not only are they on replay. That's scary. But over here, all the way over there, you see that you accomplished all of this. You accomplished all of this. Now, to those of you who stealing my energy and giving it, it's going to curse you because you're going to have to come and do all of this. You're going to have to start all the way over from over there with the replay people if you continue doing this. Most of you who have robbed me and most of you who did, you pretty much sacrificed me. Most of you were supposed to be my lover, but I wasn't good enough and rap good enough for you. You told God you didn't like it. Just remember that. You told God you wasn't interested in God's gift to you because you don't know you. And if you did know you, you haven't took the time out to get to know you because you too busy worried about them people around you. I was just thinking. No, it's too long. I ain't gonna say it now. I said it in another one. Just remember that now. Remember this. You gotta go. This is a process. This ain't ancient. This ain't traditional. If you want to progress forward, what I'm trying to tell you is that this dream, this life of yours that you've been dreaming about is not gonna start until you stop them cycles with sowing your royal oats. Till you stop those cycles with this group of people and enjoying yourself, indulging in sowing your royal oats. The whole purpose in sowing your royal oats is to get it out of your flesh, to get it out of your system, to get it out of your mind and your heart so you can start anew. You cannot grow old with those folks. I promise you.